This week on The Splash, we have a good laugh with our local police. Then we enjoy some home cooking. And later, our firefighters answer our burning questions on public safety. The Splash is a production of Civic Center TV. We're a news magazine that covers everything from local news to feature stories, all so that we can bring you the latest from the greater West Bloomfield area. And now, let's dive into The Splash.
And thank you so much for being with us on The Splash. I'm Brooke Allen. Great to have you here. The West Bloomfield Police Foundation held their annual fundraiser, an event that brings our local cops closer to the community and in turn allows our community to provide support to our local police families. Jason Pauly reported for duty.
The West Bloomfield Police Department is hosting its third annual Comedy for a Cause, a night filled with fun, laughs, and community. The event aims to raise funds for helping local officers, their families, and the community.
Number one mission is to help law enforcement, the men and women that are out there on the streets every day. If they're injured or killed in line of duty, we want to be there for the family. Our second mission is we go out and we help our community, we help our hometown, and we've been very successful at that. And the reason for that is because of all of our sponsors and our support from the community.
They'll go to all sorts of community outreach, whether it's shop with a cop type stuff at Christmas time or the gifts with Mojo in the morning every year that happens. So they do a lot of stuff for the community.
The event featured food provided by local restaurants, police merchandise, and the main attraction, live entertainment.
We wanted to change it up a little bit, so we went with comedy last year, and it was such a hit, and the community reacted so positively. That's why we brought it back this year, and we brought it back better than ever. And I think it's going to be a great night.
This year we have a comedian that we flew in from Colorado, Vinny Montez, and we also have Mike the Cop as our MC. So hopefully those guys are going to bring some good laughs and everybody has a great evening.
I'm actually a law enforcement officer back in Colorado, but I've been doing stand-up for almost 11 years, and this is my outlet, and it's actually a very good way for me to give back to not only the community, but also to my fellow officers.
The show included several videos, a raffle to support the foundation, all leading up to Vinny's stand-up performance, where he aimed to break down barriers with humor.
I don't think there is anything ever that comes bad from bringing the community together with law enforcement. It's about breaking down the barriers in order to establish a better rapport. And that's kind of what I try to do with my comedy, is by break down some of those barriers so that people realize, it's just not these officers wearing a uniform. There's an actual person behind the badge. And it's really important that people know both sides. Law enforcement needs to know about the community, how they see us. And also law enforcement on the other side has to be seen by the community as actually being human.
For the third year in a row, West Bloomfield residents showed their support for West Bloomfield police officers and their families. Reporting for The Splash, I'm Jason Pauly.
And to find out more, you can visit civiccentertv.com/WBPF Comedy 2018. It was a tasty evening at Santia Hall. Local restaurants provided our community a special taste of Keigo Harbor. And our reporter, Andrea Petrus, has the delicious details.
We're here at Santia Hall for the 2018 Taste of Keigo Harbor.
This is an annual event that the Parks and Rec at Keigo Harbor puts together, and it's a wonderful event.
This is our 6th annual Taste of Keigo Harbor. So this is our major fundraising event for the year. We raise as much money as we can at this event, and then we use that to improve playgrounds. This year we're working on replacing the playscape at Franleaf Park. The silent auction is usually a big part of our proceeds from the night. We really want to thank the local businesses that provide all the merchandise here tonight and the food. We also need to thank Gino Santia and his sister Irene, who runs the Santia Hall. We have a lot of community support here, and that's what makes this whole event so much fun, as well as being so productive.
So nice to see people come out and kind of help the city, the parks, and the kids in the area. So it's a great cause.
I'm in the Commerce area, Commerce Township, so I'm very familiar with the area. Love Keigo Harbor. It's growing fast. This is the first time we came. We are enjoying it. We're enjoying the food and the wine. I would recommend people coming next year. We are really enjoying it.
How many tastes have there been?
This is, I think, the 6th annual Taste of Keego Harbor.
And I don't think I've missed a single one. Very well attended tonight, as it always is. And my favorite thing is we get an opportunity to have a taste of all of our favorite restaurants, not only in Keigo, but in the surrounding areas, and they always bring their finest.
It's a great thing, and in addition to that, all the proceeds and profits go to Keego Harbor Parks and Recreation for park equipment in the city of Keego Harbor.
And our Parks and Rec team, big kudos to them. Volunteers make this community go, and I can't thank them enough for everything that they do.
It's a win-win for everybody. It's a great night.
Reporting for The Splash, I'm Andrea Petrus.
And for more information, feel free to stop by our website at civiccentertv.com/Taste of Keigo 2018. Coming up, we celebrate a long-standing tradition with our firefighters and a new sidewalk talk.
Don't go away. You're watching The Splash on Civic Center TV. And now, back to The Splash on Civic Center TV.
And thank you so much for being with us. I'm Brooke Allen, and you are with The Splash. West Bloomfield Fire Department continued a beloved tradition, inviting the community, businesses, and safety officials to Fire Station 1 for safety tips, demonstrations, and an afternoon of community fun. Reporter Tyler Kieft reports.
The West Bloomfield Fire Department once again invited the community out to Fire Station Number 1 for one of the community's most beloved and long-standing traditions, the Fire Department Open House. The open house is far more than a demonstration of our firefighters' abilities. It is an example of the importance of public safety in Greater West Bloomfield. The fire department was joined by friends and partners alike in the West Bloomfield Police Department, West Bloomfield Parks, the clerk's office, and beyond to show just how much effort goes into keeping our community as safe as it is. Fire safety and education are crucial elements of keeping our community one of the safest to live in the United States, and it's efforts such as these from the West Bloomfield Fire Department and far beyond that allow our community to continue to be one of the safest places in America. Reporting for The Splash, I'm Tyler Kieft.
And for more information, you can visit civiccentertv.com/openhousewbfd. Now it's time for Sidewalk Talk, where reporter Samana Sheikh asks the people of Greater West Bloomfield a very interesting question.
If I were president for a day, I would want to fix hyperpartisanship with the Democrats and the Republicans. What about you, West Bloomfield? What would you want to do?
I teach high school, and so we need changes in our educational system. And I think that's where, these teachers have to be maybe even trained better and appreciated more. In other countries, I idealize Finland. They have a really good education system.
I heard about that.
So I would want to bring that into our culture.
Probably world peace. That's beautiful. I love world peace.
Well, I would certainly change the attack against the media the free press, which I think is absolutely vital for democracy. And the other thing I would try to change is this whole feeling of such divisiveness in this country. I think it's time we really need to come together and not be divided into little sects.
I would change the minimum wage, even just for a day. That could help so many people. Just to raise it, like, just do an outrageous number, do like $50 an hour. Everyone would actually put all their effort in, everything. You could just make it better for, like, the future. They would consider, like, well, on this day, you know, they did $50 an hour and everyone worked way harder. Maybe if we just raise it up to 20, people would work really hard.
No bullying is what I got from my friend down here.
I love that policy. So if you were president of the United States for a day and could change one thing about our country, what would you change?
I would want world peace.
That's beautiful. And why is that?
Because I think that everyone should be able to get along and everyone should be happy.
Yeah, I would want to bring more awareness to, like, animals, like harming animals and stuff. Like, that's my main concern, really.
I would like to change the Democrats, Republicans fighting with each other and make them really work for the taxpayers that vote them in and have, like, more joint efforts.
I would, for a day, I would institute a permanent national holiday on that day, and I would make it like a national eat different culture food day, basically, because I think, you know, food brings people together, and it'd be nice to share some more love, more peace. That's what we all need.
Wonderful responses, West Bloomfield. See you again in another episode of Sidewalk Talk.
And for more episodes of Sidewalk Talk on demand, visit civiccentertv.com/Sidewalk Talk. Now it's time for the Civic Center TV event update, where we provide you with upcoming events around Greater West Bloomfield. And for more events coming up, you can visit civiccentertv.com/events. Henry's Market on Main, Wednesdays now through November 14th, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital. This is where you can buy fresh, locally grown produce, fresh, healthy food, including baked goods and flowers and seedlings. Food samples are available, and specially invited chefs demonstrate preparing healthy meals. The event is free. For more information, you can contact Kelsey Bray at 248-328-0825. West Bloomfield Township Passport Day occurs the second Wednesday each month. The West Bloomfield Clerk's Office is the acceptance agency for new passports, and they will file the applications, take passport photos, and provide quick, accurate answers to all of your passport questions. You can find more information at wbtownship.org. And West Bloomfield Lakers football versus Oxford High School happens Friday, October 12th. 89.3 WBLD, the all-new Lakes FM, Dave Scott and Tyler Keat with live coverage and analysis. The game begins at 6 p.m. and our coverage begins at 5:30 p.m. A live post-game show after the final whistle, and you can listen live on 89.3 WBLD, online at lakesfm.com, and on Civic Center TV and WBTV. Friends of the West Bloomfield Township Public Library used book sale is coming up Friday, October 12th through Sunday, October 14th. It happens at the West Bloomfield Township Public Library's main campus. The sale will be held in the meeting room. Books and media on sale for people who enjoy all different genres and entertainment media. And the proceeds support the library services program and materials. For more information and sale times, you can visit wblib.org. And enjoy a hayride with a Naturalist Thursday, October 18th and 19th at Marshbank Park. Enjoy a tractor-drawn hayride and learn about Michigan plants, animals, and wildlife. Special stops will be made along the route for informational lessons, and you'll also be able to enjoy cider and seasonal treats and nature crafts. Register now and find more information at wbparks.org. And the Chaldean Cultural Center open hours Fridays from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Chaldean Cultural Center and Shenandoah Country Club. Here you can learn about history, traditions, and culture of the Chaldean people. It's $5 for a self-guided tour and $10 for a guided tour. You can schedule a tour and find more info at chaldeanculturalcenter.org. And that's this week's highlights. You can find more events online and at civiccentertv.com/events and everything going on in the greater West Bloomfield area. And we'll be taking a short break, and when we come back, we'll be speaking to Patrick Endres, a West Bloomfield Park's naturalist, and he'll be telling us about the coyotes you may have spotted and also how to help bees survive the winter.
Don't go away. You're watching The Splash on Civic Center TV.
Civic Center TV is your home for everything Greater West Bloomfield. Here you can tune into community programming such as our weekly news magazine show, The Splash, as well as coverage of local events and meetings in Keigo Harbor, Sylvan Lake, Orchard Lake, and West Bloomfield. You can also watch all of your local programming online anytime at civiccentertv.com. Civic Center TV, television that's close to home.
Civic Center TV has gone social. Now it's easier than ever to watch, save, like, and share our videos online. See what's happening in your neighborhood, on the streets, and on the web at civiccentertv.com. Be a part of the conversation and get involved. We would love to hear from you. For links to our social media pages, visit us at our website or find us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Civic Center TV, television that's close to home.
And now, back to The Splash on Civic Center TV.
And welcome back. And we are joined by Patrick Endres, the West Bloomfield Park's naturalist. And Patrick, we have heard some rumors that there have been some coyote sightings.
Yeah, so actually this summer we actually had a male and female coyote raise a litter of coyote pups on the Civic Center complex and campus, and we just monitored it, and we got some phone calls, but we were able to educate the public on how to still live and be with coyotes that are in areas where they live. So.
Okay, so I know people who have small pets
Yes.
get very worried about this.
Yep.
So tell me what they need to do.
Yeah, so what we always recommended for that was that no matter what time of day it is, that you keep your dogs close to you and that you accompany them when you let them out to go use the restroom and go to the bathroom, even if it's at night. And as long as you're doing those things, coyotes are shy animals. They're curious, but they're very shy around people especially. And so they won't want to go around areas where where people are at. So
are there any myths that you can dispel for us about coyotes? I mean, you just said they're shy, so they're not going to approach a human.
Yeah, most of the time and under very rare circumstances will a coyote walk towards or move towards a human. And in those circumstances, all you need to do is make loud sounds, make yourself look bigger, and in all those circumstances, coyotes will most likely walk away because you're a bigger animal when they're looking at you. They would perceive you as a threat more than we would perceive them as a threat.
Okay, and obviously the seasons are changing.
Yes.
We're in Michigan,
Mm-hmm.
so what's going to happen to the coyotes right now? Where are they?
Well, the coyotes will stay active, but the coyote pups will move on to other locations. They'll find their own territories to live, and they'll look for other areas where they can find food, shelter, and survive the wintertime. So.
Okay, so people really should not be worried about this.
Not at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you for clearing that up.
No
because
problem.
we never want the community to be concerned about this.
No.
Okay, so something else. It is apple season.
Yes.
And that means a lot of people at the cider mills.
Yeah.
And that means people are feeding ducks and geese that they see.
Yeah.
Good idea, bad idea.
So, like in the cider mill case, like if people are throwing donuts or pieces of donuts to ducks or geese, we discourage that for the reasons like that kind of a diet, that those breaded material, breadcrumbs, donuts like that, they're not nutritional for ducks and geese. They don't have a whole lot of nutrition that they need. The natural diets that they use to survive and help feed them and get the nutrition they need include insects, berries and fruit, and plant material. So when we try to discourage people from doing that, because we want to encourage wildlife to thrive and not fill up on like junk food almost.
So almost for like humans.
Yes. Yep.
Okay, so while it's fun to do that and fun for the kids, really try to discourage it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And again, we're almost into winter.
Yes. So if you have bird feeders, now's the time to transition and put up maybe a suet feeder, which is kind of like a block of bird seed along with some
clumping material, and that clumping material has beneficial nutrients in it that helps birds, whether they're migrating or staying in Michigan or in West Bloomfield, to survive the cold temperatures that we have in the evenings now.
Okay, so a good time to change that. And I did ask you something before we actually started this official interview.
Yeah.
It was about bees.
Yeah, so bees are going to be going into their hives and kind of overwintering, which means a small portion of their hive will survive along with the queen. And so all summer long, they've been working hard to actually gather all the nutrients that they need to make honey, and so that they can feed on that during the wintertime to survive until next spring.
But you are handing out seeds.
Yeah, so at the Nature Room, when we have open hours or nature programming, we're also offering out native seed packets, so people can take them and actually plant them this time of year, because it actually is beneficial to plant these native seeds now, because it allows for them to germinate over the wintertime and the natural growth cycle that most native plants are going through. So.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So they can be picked up during open hours.
Open hours, yeah. We host those on the first Friday of the month and the third Tuesday of the month.
Okay, perfect.
The first Friday is from 1 to 4, and the third Tuesday is from 3 to 6.
Okay. And you said this is the perfect time to plant those.
This is ideal timing.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. And there are a couple of special events coming up.
Yeah, so 2 wonderful nature programs that we have coming up is November 1st, we actually have a Mommy and Me hike from 10:30 to 11:30, and it's a free hike where families can come out in the morning, take a wonderful hike with us along the trail. And the unique thing and nice thing about this November hike is if kids are really excited about their Halloween costume, they can wear it one more time. So it's a costume hike.
Okay, that's November 1st.
Yep, and then on November 13th, we actually have a live animal show at our Recreation Activity Center. And it'll be featuring hawks, falcons, and other birds of prey, what we call birds of prey. So.
Okay, and that's November 13th?
Yes, and that's from 6 to 7 p.m.
Okay, and we can find all the information on your website?
Yep, wvparks.org.
Okay, thank you so much. And real quick, we are getting ready to wrap up, but tell me why you became a naturalist.
I became a naturalist because I had a passion for nature, and I just loved sharing that passion with other people. And then as I've gone and grown into this field, I've seen a lot of people, and the moments where you get to see people's excitement about being in nature is just so refreshing and so inspiring that it keeps me going every day. So.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here,
Yeah.
and thank you for sharing your time with us and
Absolutely.
Warning us about the coyotes when there's really no need to even be afraid of them.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And we have been joined by Patrick Endres, West Bloomfield Parks Naturalist. And now it's time for The Biz, where we explore interesting topics with some of our local businesses. And reporter Lawrence Nyland recently visited some of our favorite four-legged friends in West Bloomfield.
Healthcare is an important issue for most families, but that also includes keeping our smallest family members, our pets, active and vibrant as well. And in this edition of The Biz, we visit Pet Value, a store that caters to keeping our animals as healthy as they can be.
It has become amazingly, increasingly popular, yes. So I think a lot of us feed our pets better than we feed ourselves. And that's anything from grain-free, gluten-free, corn-free, holistic diets, raw food and alternative feeding, frozen food. The pet industry and the pet food industry has changed so much, even in the last 5, 10, 20 years. We all grew up, for the most part, buying food at the grocery store. And we've learned, especially recently, that that food is not going to be the best food for our pets for longevity and living a happy life.
We're all familiar with the term holistic, but what exactly does it mean in terms of a pet's diet?
A holistic diet is really kind of an all-encompassing diet that includes fresh meats, fresh vegetables, fresh grains, and is really a whole and all-inclusive diet to be able to take care of a pet in a holistic way. So that holistic approach and really thinking of it, taking care of not just one specific need in their diet, but the pet as a whole. So you think of the ingredients kind of being something that you would serve to your entire family at a big Thanksgiving dinner.
Food allergies worldwide are on the rise for humans, but pets are not immune to this growing trend.
I think people are becoming more aware of pet allergies and food sensitivities, and really kind of the few things that you can look for in your pet are, one, hot spots. So are they having any skin irritation? Constant ear infections is another great indicator that your pet might have a food sensitivity or an allergy. Licking and chewing at their paws. Anytime you're really noticing obvious discomfort, we can help you find an alternative that might be causing that issue or that sensitivity. And usually the biggest and easiest way to do that is by switching foods.
When pollen, dust mites, mold spores, and other triggers come in contact with a pet's skin, they can also trigger allergies, and bathing is a good remedy for treatment of these symptoms.
But based on dog breed and how long their coat is, how oily their coat is, yes, we love a dog wash, especially for heavier coated breeds, longer hair dogs. So our dog wash is fantastic. You can see behind us, each one of our locations has a hand-painted mural that's specific to the community. We welcome all animals into the dog wash, but we've seen pigs, goats, mini horses, anything that you can bring in. But our dog wash can accommodate up to a giant breed dog. We've had 250, 300-pound Mastiffs in the wash, up to our St. Bernards. And then we've got a smaller tub there in the middle where you can bring in your Chihuahua, and it's easier than doing it in the kitchen sink.
For Civic Center TV, I'm Lawrence Nyland.
For more episodes of The Biz, you can visit civiccentertv.com/thebiz. And now it's time for our final segment for Person of the Week, where we honor people in the community who are inspiring or providing toward others. And this week, it is Dr. Bruce Rubin of Encompass Healthcare in West Bloomfield. Dr. Rubin is used to helping people affiliated with multiple hospitals in our community and the state of Michigan. Dr. Rubin is one of the leading experts on infectious diseases in our community and beyond. And while Bruce Rubin often sees his patients in times of pain and suffering as they battle infections, wounds, and other ailments, he's known for making an effort to comfort his patients and guide them through their health battles with kindness, care, and a nurturing disposition. Dr. Rubin has employed the help of his pet dogs, Inky and Pocket, to provide a sunny, friendly environment and a means of emotional support to his patients in what can often be a long battle for recovery. Dr. Rubin is known as the Wound Doc, but with his efforts to support the emotional side of medical treatment, the doctor and his wound dogs have brought comfort to many in our community as they seek to recover their health and wellness. Dr. Bruce Rubin is bringing members and visitors of our community comfort and smiles in their times of need, which is why he is our Person of the Week. And if you know someone who is making a positive difference, let us know. Send an email to thesplash@civiccentertv.com. We want to congratulate those making a difference in our community, and we appreciate your suggestions. Well, that's all for this week's show. You can watch new episodes Mondays at 5:30 p.m. at civiccentertv.com, at Comcast 15, AT&T 99, and online in HD at civiccentertv.com. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at Civic Center TV. And for more Metro Detroit news, you can listen to Greg Bowman and I weekdays from 2 to 7 p.m. on WWJ News Radio 950. And for all our friends in Sylvan Lake, Orchard Lake, Keego Harbor, and West Bloomfield, I'm Brooke Allen. Thank you for watching The Splash.